Hey guys, what's up everybody? I am sorry that I am running a little late for this little Blu-ray haul. My idiotic self forgot some titles, so I had to search around on my shelf, or my shelves, to find them because I have so many freaking movies. And of course, I bought a lot this month, and I think this month I will definitely try to slow down, but again, at the same time, my brain is just telling me to stock up. So, but yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time, because I do have to be on another stream here in a little while, so I will show every single Blu-ray I picked up this month, and it's a ton. It's a lot. And speaking of, my buddy Cam is in the chat. What's up, buddy? And I will be on his channel in a little bit for the Iron Man watch along, so stay tuned for that, you guys. If you guys aren't subscribed to Cam, please go subscribe to him. Cam Cross Comics. He is an awesome dude. All right, so I'll start with my first pickup. I got Game of Thrones Season 6. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Don't you have the entire series already? I do, but I wanted to get this because it was $15 at Family Dollar. And you never typically see this around a Family Dollar, so I was like, sure, why not? And I actually do like this set quite a bit, so I picked it up. All right, then we got Under Siege and Under Siege 2 Dark Territory. Haven't seen either of these, but for $5 for both movies, why not? I would pick it up, and it's got a little crack right there. Didn't even notice that. Whoops. All right, then we got Wrong Turn 1 through 3 and the Wrong Turn remake. So yeah, I only have the first 3 and the remake. I do plan on buying Wrong Turn 4 because that movie is actually not that terrible. I don't think I'll own 5 and 6 because those movies are pieces of dog shit. But these ones, I think I keep doing. I like the first 2. I didn't care for the third one I really did not like the third one very much. Haven't seen the remake though, but I've actually heard it's not bad. I've heard it's a pretty good remake. All right, next we got Tremors 1 through 4, Tremors 5, Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell, and Tremors: Shrieker Island. So, yeah, I got all of the Tremors movies right here. The Attack Pack that has the first 4 movies. Then we got the 5th one, 6, and 7. I have only seen the first 5 movies. I love the first 2 movies. Second one is kind of a guilty pleasure in some ways, but I mean, I actually love the second one. 3 is a guilty pleasure, in all honesty. I like 3 for how bad it is. I really did not like the 4th one, so that kind of did make me trail out the franchise a little bit. But I did stick around and I checked out the 5th one, but it was years ago when I watched the 5th one. Thought it was okay, but it has some horrendous CGI. But so I haven't given these 2 a shot yet, but maybe one day I will check them out. I mean, probably sometime this year we'll check them out so that we can finally complete that franchise. All right. After the collection and TV show stuff is all finished for now, I will show off stuff that I got from Horror Pack. And as you guys know, Horror Pack is a DVD and Blu-ray service, which every single month they will send you 4 movies in the mail, and you do not know what they are. It's a complete mystery box. So, and I will show you the order of when I got them out of the package. Or like how I got them out of the package, I should say. I'm at a loss for words. So first one is actually one that I have seen. Till Death. With Megan Fox. I actually really, really enjoyed this movie back when I first saw it. I haven't watched it since the year it came out, which was 2021. Yes, 2021. But I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit, man. It's actually really good. These other 3 are just are movies that I've never even heard of. So this one is the Horror Pack Limited Edition, and they will send you 1 movie per month that is a Horror Pack Limited Edition. So I got Cruel Summer. The cover really intrigues me. I'll just say that. Looks pretty cool. Then we got Monstrous, starring Christina Ricci. It has Christina Ricci in it, so I'm interested. And then My Friend Dahmer. It's got it's basically teenage Jeffrey Dahmer, basically. It's got Ross Lynch in it from the Disney Channel Austin and Ally. The Disney Channel show Austin and Ally, if you guys remember that. Come on, some of you guys gotta remember that. So yeah, that's the horror package, and then we got Family Guy, It's a Trap, parody of Return of the Jedi, which I have not seen. I'm not like the biggest Family Guy fan, but I mean, I will plan on checking out the Star Wars parodies whenever I can. Next, I picked up Reasonable Doubt with Samuel L. Jackson and Dominic Cooper. Every time I see this at I'm not even joking you, for the past couple of years, I've seen this at my pawn shop. Nobody, and I mean nobody's even bothered to pick this one up, so I decided to go ahead and buy it myself. And it was $5. Everything in my pawn shop, like for Blu-ray movies, especially 4K movies, are also $5, so I just couldn't resist. Yeah, that's true. And then got still some adhesive on this thing. I need to freaking clean it off. This is one of my mom's favorite movies, so do not ask why I own Coyote Ugly. This is actually one of my mom's favorite movies. And when I found out this actually had a Blu-ray, I was like, I'll pick it up. And it was $5, so couldn't resist. Then we got Son of a Gun. This is a A24 film with Ewan McGregor and Brenton Thwaites. Also with Alicia Vikander as well. I forgot about that. I haven't seen this film in a couple of years, but I was on a big Ewan McGregor kick. And he still is my favorite actor at the moment. I don't know if he's going to be topped at this point. But I remember watching this one a couple of times back a couple of years ago, and remember loving it. I have not seen it in a while, but since I got the Blu-ray, I do plan on rewatching it. Okay, do not ask why I own this next one, 10,000 BC. It was $5 at the pawn shop. That is like literally all you need to know. It was $5 at my pawn shop, so I picked it up. And then we got Blue Chips, a little basketball movie with Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal. Pretty solid movie. I haven't seen this one in a few years, but I remember really liking it. It's kind of shocked that it actually got a Blu-ray because not many people know about that movie. That one. William Friedkin directed this movie. This is one of his lesser-known films, but it's pretty good, guys. Pretty good. All right. And then we got This Is 40. The pseudo follow-up to Knocked Up. This is a very long movie. I don't think it really needs to be. So when I first watched it, I was like, okay. It's not great. Larry and my dude, how's it going? Yes, because my favorite movie of all time stars him, which is Trainspotting. So there's that. I've been on a big Jason Statham kick, but that doesn't mean he's my favorite actor. Let me just say that. And then we got, speaking of Ewan McGregor, we have Deception. Little thriller with him, Hugh Jackman, and Michelle Williams. Shout out to my buddy Studio Media. He recommended this movie to me a couple of years ago, and I watched it. It was pretty good. Didn't love it. I did review it on the channel, though. And then we got Out for Justice, another Steven Seagal movie. Never seen it, but it was $5 on Amazon, so I picked it up. Jack the Giant Slayer. Picked this up for $5 in the pawn shop. Haven't seen this film in a very long time. I mean, it came out like 11 years ago, according to the back. I don't know. Heard it was okay, but I don't know. I need to give this one another look. 13, another one to add to my Jason Statham collection. Never seen it. American Pastoral, another movie with Ewan McGregor, also Jennifer Connelly and Dakota Fanning. I believe this one... Yes, it is actually directed by Ewan McGregor, believe it or not. So, this is not going to be one of those watch all the time kind of movies, but it is definitely one I would recommend watching at least once. It was really, really good. I mean, I don't technically love the movie, but from what I remember, though, from what I saw of it, I did really enjoy it. Next one, here's another one you guys are going to question me down in the chat for. Priest. Again, this was $5 at the pawn shop, so I couldn't resist. It's a pretty bad movie, though. Oh man, that phase of Paul Bettany's career playing holy figures and making pretty much shitty movies out of them. Legion and then Priest. I have, and it's a fantastic sequel, which you guys should check out if you haven't already. All right, speaking of, got some more Jason Statham in here. We got Revolver, one of his many efforts that he did with Guy Ritchie. I have seen this, and it is pretty good, so I would definitely recommend this if you guys haven't seen it. Reign of Fire, a movie with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey, directed by Rob Bowman. I watched this film for the first time during the pandemic, and I actually thought it was really cool. I haven't watched it in a while, but from what I remember of it, it was pretty rad. So I don't know. I think I would recommend it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe need to rewatch it. And then we got the Magnificent Seven remake. Found this at the pawn shop as well. Even though the slipcover is beat up, like, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, the slipcover is beat up. I still couldn't pass up buying this because I love this movie. This is one of my favorites from Antoine Fuqua. A great cast also. I mean, you got Chris Pratt, you got Denzel Washington, you got Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, Peter Sarsgaard. Great cast, and this is a really awesome Western. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Then we got Ready or Not. This is the breakout hit from Radio Silence, who most recently did Abigail, which is probably more than likely going to be in my top 10 movies of the year when it's all said and done, but we'll see. But I also loved their previous, their two Scream movies that they directed. Devil's Due, not a fan of, but I do own it because, I mean, it's Radio Silence. But I love this movie, dude. This was a humongous surprise. Like, when I heard this title, Ready or Not, I was like, oh, this sounds stupid. I watched it. It was really fun. Ton of fun. Out to the comments. Jared, my dude. How's it going, buddy? What's up, Joel? Good to see you, buddy. All right, then we got Looney Tunes back in action. Again, found this at the pawn shop. I have seen this film when I was a kid, but I don't remember much about the damn movie. Maybe need to give it a rewatch. And then we got a George Lucas classic in American Graffiti. And I would actually say this is better than Star Wars. Like, I think better than all of his Star Wars movies that he directed, in all honesty. I know it's kind of a hot take, but I really don't care. I think American Graffiti beats them all out. What's up, James? Good to see you. All right, next I picked up Salem's Lot. Yeah, this is the original Salem's Lot from 1979. Yep. I'm still really interested in the remake, so I picked this up. It was about $10. I don't know when the remake is still coming out. We haven't heard much about that. From the same guy that's directing that directed Annabelle Comes Home, which I did like. So, and then we got MacArthur, another movie I found at the pawn shop. Quite a few of these I've actually found at the pawn shop for $5. So I actually did watch this movie, and it's actually really good. Gregory Peck is phenomenal in it. It's got a good story. It's got great performances. And one of Joseph Sargent's best movies. Yeah, it's the same guy that directed Jaws: The Revenge. Who would have thought? But this is a really good movie, though. I recommend MacArthur, if you guys haven't seen it yet. One of my favorite comedies in Role Models. Seriously, man, this movie is freaking... Oh, God. This is hilarious, man. Oh, my God. Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott becoming role models as community service to these two kids. One of them being a little black kid who's very vulgar, and then you got one of the most awkward people around, basically played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, a.k.a. McLovin. It's hilarious. If you guys have never seen Role Models, what is wrong with you? Go watch it. We got a pretty underrated murder mystery movie, in my opinion, which is Sea of Love, directed by what's his face, Harold Becker, the guy that also directed the John Travolta movie, God, can I talk? Domestic Disturbance. So I picked this up and I did watch this. It's a really good movie, so I'd recommend it. Well, I'm excited. So, I mean, I'm still kind of excited regardless, because I do think that Salem's Lot is kind of prime for a remake, in all honesty. Like, yes, Laren. Role Models is hilarious. Preach, brother, preach. And then we got... Yep, and we got The Spectacular Now, which is a fantastic A24 film. This is one of my favorites as far as they go. Also a fantastic romantic comedy. Probably my favorite Shailene Woodley performance. Who knows? She's great in that movie. I cannot lie. She's really good. All right, and then we got World War Z. Yep, picked up a copy of it. I do like this movie quite a bit. I haven't seen it in I remember watching it last year on a watch along with Jared, and it was a lot of fun, but I can't really put my finger on what really happens in this movie, aside from some really good action sequences. I don't know. May need to rewatch it. And then we got The Day After Tomorrow, which is a great which is a really fun little disaster flick from Roland Emmerich, one of his best movies, in my opinion, which isn't really saying a whole lot, though, because he doesn't have that really many good movies, in my opinion. But this is one of his best ones, in my opinion. I really do like that one. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I don't always go for the classics right away. I go for the hidden gems first, so that way I can recommend them to people. Yes, good movie. Get on that there, Joel. Get on it. All right. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. The Simpsons movie. Oh boy. Haven't seen this film in a good while. I definitely need to rewatch it. It's got some funny moments, though. I remember loving The Simpsons movie back when I first saw it, though. I do remember loving it. The Box Trolls, one of the Leica efforts. This is a very interesting movie. So I definitely can see the animation style not quite being everybody's cup of tea, but I do like this movie quite a bit. And then we got James and the Giant Peach. That's enough chit-chat. I'm freezing. Yep, James and the Giant Peach. Got this for $5 off of Amazon. This was one of my favorite movies growing up. I love James and the Giant Peach. Then we got Cellular. Again, adding this to my Jason Statham collection. This is one of the few times you'll see him playing a villainous role, which I really like. Kim Basinger, Chris Evans, Jason Statham, and William H. Macy. And also Eric Christian Olsen's also in this, so excited to check it out. Then we got The Rundown, probably the best action movie with The Rock. I don't know. This movie's awesome right here. You're like a little birdie up there. Caw, caw, caw. That's a great movie. And then we got True Grit, the remake from the Coen brothers. Of course, this is a great movie. I mean, is there really any surprise why this film is really that good? It's fantastic. That's correct. I'm excited to check out Cellular. I mean, the reason why doesn't just intrigue me because Jason Statham is in it. It intrigues me because Jason Statham is playing a villainous role. And from what I've heard, it's actually one of the first movies that people really started to like Chris Evans. So there's that. We got Paranorman, one of the probably my favorite Leica movie. I'm not quite sure. It goes back and forth between this and Coraline, in my opinion. And then we got Merry Christmas. You got Filth the Animal, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Finally picked this up on Blu-ray. Yeah, great movie. Oh, here we go. Casualties of War. I actually just watched this film for the first time last night. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you guys have not seen this movie, if you've never even heard of this movie, please check it out. Not going to be an easy watch, but it's one that I think you guys have to at least watch once. I'm not going to tell you what this movie's about, because all I can really tell you is don't look up what this movie's about. In all honesty, all you really need to know is that it's got Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn. That's all you need to know. And also directed by Brian De Palma. That's it. You don't need to know the plot. Nothing. I mean, I did know the plot going in, but that's one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, you guys really don't need to know the plot. I mean, because it's also got some pretty heavy subject matter with it, but it's really, really good. I love The Crow. The Crow is fantastic. MVP, if you were true. What's up, dude? All right. Next up, we got Real Steel. This is actually one of my brother's favorite movies. I remember growing up, he used to pop this movie in like all the time. And also, anytime it was on TV, he would play it. And of course, gotta love Hugh Jackman. Cannot wait for Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way. From the same director, believe it or not. Am I correct on that? Yep, Sean Levy. Same director. Then we got some movies that my buddy Steven Harada sent to me. So shout out to you, buddy. Yeah, I also got one more thing to show after this and the next three, but that'll be in the Steel books. So first he sent me The Secret of Nim, which I remember watching this film actually quite a bit as a kid, but I don't remember much about the movie. Then we got I have to knock some damn things over. 3 Outlaw Samurai. Apparently this is a really cheap Criterion, but he didn't care for this movie very much, so he sent it to me. And I'm always looking for some Criterions in my collection, so I took it off his hands. And then we got the Arrow video release of Children of the Corn, just the only, I'd say, yeah, honestly, the only really good Children of the Corn movie in my opinion. Even though I do also kind of think it's somewhat of a guilty pleasure. But I still actually really do like this movie quite a bit, actually. Haven't seen it in a little while. I think the last time I watched it was when I was actually when I was binging the whole series to build up for the remake. And it is a terrible franchise, mind you. Children of the Corn is a terrible franchise. And then we got this one I was actually most excited to get from him because I've been wanting to own this from my collection, even though I don't love it. Just the fact that he got it with a slipcover out, that it had a slipcover on it, I was like, dude, give it to me, please. If you guys saw that live stream, you guys would probably know what it is. It is Valentine. I do like this movie actually quite a bit. I did rewatch it recently. Even though the killer reveal is pretty obvious, but it is still a ton of fun. I do like it. Here we go. Thank you, Laren. Casualties of War is incredible, dude. The only thing I think that kind of holds it back from me giving it a 5 out of 5 is because it's not very rewatchable. Maybe I'll revisit it sometime down the line, but it'll be a while. In all honesty, it'll be a while before I revisit it. Thank you. Great pick. I love Halloween. All right. Next up, we got some new releases. We got Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. I did not care for Part 1 very much, so I don't have a whole lot of faith in this one, but I'm still kind of a sucker to pick up all the DC animated stuff, so I did buy that. And then we got... Wait. Why did I buy this? Ugh. I can just tell you that it's better. I can tell you guys that Night Swim is better than Imaginary. There, I said it. There, I said it. Night Swim had a couple of unintentional laughs, but Imaginary just annoyed the living shit out of me. Okay, we can breathe. Because we do have Ordinary Angels, which is probably so far the biggest surprise of the year for me. I thought this was just going to be another preachy, low-rent, faith-based film. And while I was watching it, I did get tears in my eyes. I did. Yep. But it's fantastic. I really do love this movie, and I cannot wait to watch it again. Probably the best faith-based film I've actually ever seen. Yeah, man, seriously, it's not a very rewatchable movie. Talking about with casualties of war. And then we got, I'm a beekeeper. Protect the hive. Sometimes I use fire to smoke out hornets. The Beekeeper. So far, my most rewatched film so far this year. I've seen this film in total 4 times because I just did the watch along the other day with my buddies, so go check that out. Yeah, I love The Beekeeper. This is so far one of my favorite films so far this year, as is Ordinary Angels. I don't know if this will still stick in my top 10, but this film was awesome. Then we got another one that will probably stick within my top 10 in all honesty when it's all said and done. That being Lisa Frankenstein. And before I saw Dune Part 2, this was my favorite movie of the year. And I just rewatched this one recently, and damn, dude, I love this movie. All I really got to say, man, like, my top 8 right now for this year, which I've said numerous times currently in regards to what my top 8 is of the year. If you guys don't know, from 8 to 1, it's this, Abigail, Monkey Man, Late Night with the Devil, Immaculate, Dune Part 2, Civil War, and Love Lies Bleeding. I don't know, man. I really can't even decide right now. Like they could all swap at one point, and this one could even be my number 1. Who knows? Because I really do love this movie. It is on Peacock at the moment, so if you guys want to check it out, please take my recommendation. Please check it out. And then we got a couple steelbooks. Got a Mondo steelbook. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, and this was the only MCU movie I needed on 4K to complete my MCU 4K collection. So I love this steelbook, and Guardians of the Galaxy is my second favorite MCU movie, right behind Ragnarok. So yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. And then we got, this one is also from my buddy Steven. Shout out to you, buddy. Alien Covenant steelbook. This steelbook is very out of print, dude. Like, seriously, this steelbook is so out of print, and I'm so glad he sent it to me. Even though I already do own the 6-film collection and the 4K version of this up here, I really wanted this steelbook because I actually really do like the steelbook for Alien Covenant. And I think it's one of the better ones in the franchise. Come at me. Yeah. So next we got Tomb Raider, the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider. I do like this movie. And we got True Lies on 4K, which I just rewatched recently, and I freaking love this movie. It's fantastic. Scream Factory 4K, we got Silver Bullet, one of the better Stephen King movies. I haven't seen this. I don't remember the last time I really watched Silver Bullet. My mind's just going blank, you guys. I swear to God. My mind's just going blank. But I really like Silver Bullet. This is one of the best werewolf movies. The cinematic masterpiece of 2024. Stay tuned this month on Cam's channel, where we're doing a little roast fest of Madam Web. Oh, man. Everything just went completely wrong with this movie. Oh, man. But I did see this in theaters with my best friend, all alone. I'm not even joking. We were all alone in the theater. We had the entire theater to ourselves, and we were free in regards to laughter and making jokes. That is what we did throughout the entire film. Throughout all 116 minutes of this movie. It is honestly one of the best theater experiences I've ever had in my life. It was so much fun. This movie, in all reality though, is god awful. This is a terrible movie. But the theater experience I had actually made me kind of how do I say this? Even though I do honestly love this movie for all the wrong reasons, I still really do acknowledge it's a terrible film. But, I have it. And then I save these for last because I love these so much. Crank, the Blu-ray with a slipcover, and then Crank on 4K, and then Crank High Voltage on Blu-ray, which I picked up at the pawn shop. Crank and Crank 2 are amongst my favorite movies of all time. I mean, especially the first one, though, because if you guys checked out the watch-alongs that I did for both Crank movies, thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun to do. I love both of these movies. These are amongst my top 5 movies of all time. There, I said it. And then last but certainly not least, I think I did pay a little bit too much for it, but I'm still happy I got it. That is the James Bond collection right here. All 24 movies from Dr. No to Spectre. So, yeah. So here's the first Blu-ray from 1962 to 1977. So it's got Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, Honor Majesty's Secret Service, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, Man with the Golden Gun, and The Spy Who Loved Me. So the Connery movie is in the only George Lazenby movie with the first 3 Roger Moore films. And then we got 1979 to 2002. So we got Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and A View to a Kill, which are the last of them Roger Moore films. May the man rest in peace. And then we got the 2 Timothy Dalton ones, Living Daylights and License to Kill, where the franchise really started to go dark, in all honesty. And then the Pierce Brosnan ones, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World's Not Enough, and Die Another Day. I can get this back in. And then 2006, 2015, so the Daniel Craig ones, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre. So yeah, very happy I bought this box set. I mean, I think I may have paid a little bit too much for it, but I'm happy about it. That's all of them, guys. That is everything I picked up in the month of April. May is looking a little slow, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, stay tuned in a little while, guys, on Cam's channel for a watch-along of Iron Man. And also stay tuned on Sunday for a watch-along of the Bob's Burgers movie. And then on... And then on May 14th for a watch-along of Joyride, May 20th for The Transporter, May 22nd for Transporters 2, and then the 26th for Candyman, 1992, and then the 31st for Alien. So stay tuned for that, guys. Much, much more. I'll hit the comments here really quick before I get out of here. I love that original movie, but that's not the original. That wasn't the original Boris Karloff Frankenstein. It was the movie Lisa Frankenstein. Bit difference. Bit of a difference right here. I am Groot. Yep, good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. Spider-Man, Halloween H2O, A-Team, Gone with the Wind, Halloween 1978. Very cool. All right, so yeah, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. So thank you to everybody that tuned in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.